welcome to the next video. Just a short reminder that I'm not an ERPNext boffin, guys. I actually want to use it, but with me being involved in the training environment as well, it's pretty nice to share. So that's really all I'm doing, is I'm just sharing my experience, and if somebody can get some benefit out of that, well, then that's good. Okay, for those of you that know version 12, you can see this is my version 12 server. There's your modules, your domains. Extra domains would have been listed here, and there's your administration. This is what version 13 looks like. Somewhat different, but rather nice. I'd say your modules are listed on the side here, and then underneath that your domains and your administration. Then of course you still get under accounting your module listings. And if you go and look at these things, for instance, under buying, you still have the same listing. Yeah, let's have a look at version 12, buying. You can see there. All right. Pretty much the same. Item, price, price list, material request, purchase order, purchase invoice. And there it is for 12. So obviously I haven't gone through everything, but it appears to be pretty much the same. One thing that's quite nice is on the home page you've got your shortcuts. So if you often use something, you can put it in there. You can customize this by clicking customize, and then you can delete any of these, or you can add one. Right, so you can actually change that. Another nice thing that I saw was under settings. They've grouped all these settings together. Yeah, obviously you can still go and get the buying settings under buying. If you go to buying, you still have your buying settings. But I thought that's quite nice to have all the settings together. Yeah. In terms of these things, I've already said now that the listings seems to be pretty much the same. There's one exception under settings, under core, for instance. I was expecting company there. They've just, at first I thought, of course, it was lost, but it's not. It's under accounting. Where is it now? There we go. It's under accounting. Obviously, you can still find it by typing in company, and then, you know, any fraction of a word or phrase, it'll come up with suggestions. And in fact, this is one of the things I like about ERPNext, whether it be 12 or 13, is a search facility. I mean, if you can just type in material, and you can get to the material request list. Right, okay, so that's settings, that's the shortcuts. One other thing, of course, now on these pages it's not visible because it looks like once you've gone into that page, it doesn't give you that. Obviously you don't want to see that the whole time. Let's go to stock. Perhaps it's there. Yeah. If you open up a module the first time, it's got a few steps to guide you into what to do here. All right. Review stock settings, set up a warehouse, manage stock movement. And every time you click, there's a button here that you can click, and sometimes it's a video, sometimes it's a page to show you what to do. So it's a bit of a training run if you want to do that. So I can see that they've really put some effort into guiding the first time user into using ERPNext, which is quite nice. In terms of installation, I like to do things manually, the manual install. I've done it with this version 12 server, and it's just a preference. And it was quite a bit of a search to find an install procedure for version 13. Initially, of course, this server is a version 12 install, which I butchered. It's not an upgrade from a version 12. It's a version install, but I took the version 12 procedure and I butchered that a bit. It yielded this. Eventually, it's on an Ubuntu 18.04 server. It's got Python 3.6.9, which is, if I base that on some suggestions by other users who's been kind enough to help me out with these prerequisites. The suggestion is to rather stick to 3.7 or above. Nonetheless, it's 3.69. I installed Node.js version 14.18, and this is the server which I showed you now. So it seems to be running. Then, of course, after that, I actually found another procedure. That's why I did about 2 or 3 installs this weekend. Very nice little procedure, this. It installs it on 20.04. Eventually, you end up with Python 3.8, which is good. And, of course, Node.js is 12.22. All right, so these are the 2 servers I'm running. During the initial first time login setup, it dropped 3 errors into the error log, which I still busy trying to clear that out with on the discussion group. It does seem to operate. But other than that, I can't see any other problems. So yeah, that's the bit of an introduction. Of course, as I said, I'm not going to go into detail. If you guys want, and if you give me a week or 3, I'll be playing with the server right next to 12. If I do an entry on 12, I'll do an entry on 13 and just see how it responds. If you're interested, I can post an update perhaps a little bit later. Okay, I hope you found that helpful.